So this is the strategy you're going to use to crush your Black Friday campaigns. And this has stemmed off the back of myself establishing an e-commerce business in 2013 that now does multiple seven figures. And I've also helped over 200 e-commerce brands scale to record revenue months through my paid programs and communities as well. And this is the strategy that they use, that we use, that every successful business I know, e-commerce business, uses during the Black Friday campaigns. So let's get stuck into it. So the first thing is you need to decide that you're going to be part of Black Friday. I'm just going to take that as a no-brainer. If you're not convinced, go back and watch my previous videos, but we need to be involved. We're in business to make money. We're in business to serve customers. Done and dusted. Number two is that you need to come up with an offer. Okay, so the first part is to come up with an offer that is going to truly resonate with your audience. Now, this can come from basically the experience over the past months or years of what has worked well, that has communicated and resonated well with your customers, that they have taken up in the past. So typically we don't want to reinvent an offer when it comes to Black Friday. We just want to know that something is going to work, right? Something that's worked well in the past. So that's why we test things every single month that we're in business. We test certain offers and see what whets people's appetite, basically. There are obviously infinite amounts of offers that you can do, but my strong recommendation would be to keep it simple, okay? A percentage off site-wide that's automatically applied. $1 off site-wide that's automatically applied, specific bundles that are only for Black Friday that you drive traffic to that page only, right? Obviously depends on your product and your variation, but you want to keep it as simple as possible because you got about that long to actually tell people what your offer is and why they should listen to you during this busy time where there's a lot of noise in the marketplace. So the first thing is your offer. Spend some time, look retrospectively what's worked well, brainstorm some ideas about what might work well, this time. But as I say, strongly recommend you keep it simple and use something that's worked well in the past. The second thing, or the third thing on this list, is actually the time frame. And so when you look at Black Friday and the period, it's basically you've got the Black Friday, you've got the Cyber Weekend, which is a Saturday, Sunday, and then you've got the Cyber Monday, which is technically the period of time that the Black Friday campaigns run. Sometimes people even just do, honestly, the Friday. Then some people go early. They go during that Thursday or Wednesday or Monday, right? Some people do it for the entire month. What I'll say here is that there's nothing wrong about the period of time that you choose to do. You just have to commit to it. But I'll give you a couple of suggestions. So I would definitely recommend you do the Friday and the Monday, let's call it. If you're a smaller business, maybe you've never done it before, at least go for those couple of days. Okay, but I'd also recommend adding on a few days here and there. And it could even be from the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the Monday, or Wednesday through to the Monday. There's no wrong answer here, but the point is that you need to be able to communicate really heavily and regularly through your platforms, all right? So you don't want to just give it the Friday, send one email, and that's your Black Friday. And it's like, oh, that didn't work. That's never going to work. Okay, so time frame needs to be decided where it's long enough that people understand, but short enough that there's scarcity and urgency when it comes into what you're actually selling. Okay, so my strong recommendation, something that's worked over and over and over again, rinse and repeated, is going from about that Tuesday or Wednesday through to the Friday, and then extending it for the weekend and or the Monday as well. All right, so you basically you can go hard and fast for say a week maximum during that actual Black Friday period. Now, as I say, if it's a day either side, it doesn't really matter, but starting in that Black Friday week and getting sales under your belt really early works really, really well, because the Friday people want to know what they're actually doing and buying when it actually goes live officially, let's call it globally. All right, so that's my recommendation for time frame in that initial phase. Now, in the month of November, it's really important that we can warm people up. As I say, you'll see people going, and big organizations going 2 weeks early, 10 days early, 3 weeks early sometimes. And so I would actually recommend that 2 weeks prior to the Black Friday, you have something going as well. Now, you don't have to brand it like a Black Friday offer or sale, but I recommend that you do something within a 5 to 7 day window there as well. And it can be the same offer or a tested offer that you're looking to do for the Black Friday period, just that, to be in the market, to actually have your hand out and saying, hey, we've got some great offers going on over here. And this is what you should buy now, basically, before the Black Friday period comes. Now, as I say, the first thing is that you're actually in the game. The second thing is that you can test that offer and you can change anything that you need for the actual Black Friday period if necessary. All right, so it's a bit of a dry run, let's call it. So that's what I'll kind of recommend for the time frame. So you got your offer down pat, then you got your time frame where you're going a couple of weeks early for 5 to 7 days, and then during that period of time of Black Friday for 5 to 7 days again. So you got two nice little periods there where you can push marketing and communications really, really hard. Now, the third thing, or the fourth thing on this list, is your platforms. So you need to plan out, well, firstly decide and then plan out your platforms that you're going to communicate your offers and sales on. Okay, so firstly, look at your email database. That's what's going to be the most powerful. People that know you, hopefully like you, hopefully trust you, and you're going to want to pump the communications through your email channels quite heavily. All right, this is a period of time where you've almost got the permission to go really hard. People aren't going to be offended. They might unsubscribe, or they might ignore a few emails here and there, but that's fine. It's going to pay dividends to communicate really regularly with people through your email marketing channels, okay? And that's going to be your most highly focused channel, because the majority of people that buy from you know you, right? You probably have a 50%-ish repeat customer rate and then a 50%-ish new customer rate, which is great because we want people to come back. We want people to have great offers, great deals. As a repeat customer, then we want to lower the bar and give people the opportunity to buy if they're a new customer as well. So it serves both purposes, which is fantastic. The second channel is going to be our organic, and that needs to just reiterate our email correspondence, but it can be obviously more regularly. So multiple times per day, can be posts, can be stories, especially just talking about the specific products. It can be demonstrating, it can be live type stuff. It can be showing the offers here and there, of course. And especially on your socials, this is going to be your shop front. So people walk in, they want to see the offers and the deals. And of course, don't forget to, basically delete them once the whole period's over. But from a social perspective, you can afford to be really regular. Like, you have to be really regular and engaged with your audience, okay? And even just showcasing what people can get or buy or what's selling fast, etc., etc. So it's a really great social tool that, again, shows you and your brand and what's behind it. And the third channel there is going to be your ads, okay? So you need to go hard on ads. If you want to make a fist of it, you need to be retargeting really heavily. So people that have bought from you before, engaged with you before, visited your website before, you visited your socials before, you need to be allocating at least 50% of your budget to that retargeting audience, because we don't want anybody not to know about the offer that we have going on. Now, a mistake that people make here is that they think that it's all going to come from the cold audience and we need to go massive on the cold audiences. Rarely, well, I wouldn't say rarely, but it's less common that people who don't know you are going to see an ad, magically go and purchase from you because it's a Black Friday sale. There are some products that it works well for, where that's not brand specific and all that sort of thing. And that's fine. That works for them, and you will get some sales like that for sure. But the focus is going to be about people that know you. So again, like with the emails, it's going to be about people that know, like you, and trust you, and either haven't bought before or they're going to buy again. So all of your focus should be on the bottom of funnel, our retargeting, and then we should just basically duplicate the content and run it as a top of funnel anyway, with, as I say, no more than, say, 50% of your budget, depending on obviously what your budget actually is on a daily basis. But then we only want to run that for the period of time that we're actually running the sales. So it's a very short and sharp period of time. So they're the three channels or the three platforms that you need to plan out and consider. And it does take some time and coordination, which is why some people don't bother with Black Friday sales and campaigns, because there's a lot of coordination. But the ones that do get 3x, 4x, 5x, 10x their current sales, monthly sales in these periods of time, why would you not give yourself that opportunity to reap those rewards that you've worked so hard for since being in business? So that's part of obviously point number one about we have to be involved. The other thing too to consider is how we update our, say, website, like our assets and our email flows and things like that. We want things to be specific for the period of time. So your website, have banners, have pop-ups, and then from your emails and flows and perspective like that, you want it to be specific. So have a separate abandoned checkout flow that's specific to Black Friday. Have a separate post-purchase flow that actually talks about upsells and cross-sells, and you can add this to your cart for free and whatever. So just think about that whole journey that the customer is actually going through, not just the front-end marketing. The last thing you want people to do is click on an ad that is for Black Friday, go to your site and be like, this looks completely different from the ad. Okay, it needs to be really congruent. So as I say, banners, themes, pop-ups, whatever it actually might be that you need to adjust, needs to be consistent with the promotion that you're actually running. And again, on the back end, it could be the email flows and everything like that to ensure that no one doesn't know about the promotion that you're actually running. Okay, so that's my overview, right? In 10 minutes, that's my overview of how to run your Black Friday campaigns. You need to obviously be involved. You need to have your offer down pat, or at least creating a test campaign in that first section of the time frame, which is the third thing, the time frame that you're running it for. And then the fourth thing is obviously the platforms that we're actually using, and planning that out methodically and strategically, and just making sure that we're doing the inputs. Control what we can control, which is the inputs, the leading metrics, and the lagging metrics, meaning the results and the sales, will take care of themselves. They'll honestly just be what they'll be. But we have to ensure that we've got the inputs and we're doing things consistently enough, diligently enough, looking at our numbers, iterating as we go, and that will give you the best opportunity at success. Because as I say, for people in our community, our paid community, the strategy that we're teaching them and giving them I want them to 3, 4, 5, 10x any month that they've ever done before. And they will, because they'll have the confidence, they'll have the structure and the strategy as well. So that's what I want to share with you today. So look, thanks for watching this video. I hope that it was obviously valuable for you and just helping you clarify in your mind how you're actually going to run the Black Friday campaigns for your e-commerce business. If you liked it, please give me a like, please give me a subscribe. If you want to know more about how we help e-commerce brands, there's a link below. You can check that out if you like. But other than that, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching till the end, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.